Welcome to the last and the final unit of week 4. In unit 6 of this week, I shall introduce you to some latest and upcoming features in SAP Business by Design. First, we shall look at the product bundling concept, also known as kits, and after this, I shall give you a sneak peek on the upcoming feature of serial number management. Talking about product bundling. So what is this? Product bundling is offering several products for sale as one combined product. It is a common feature in many competitive product markets. Industries engaged in this practice include healthcare, fast-moving consumer goods, wholesale, and component manufacturing. For example, you would most likely find a laptop, a mouse, and a laptop bag all bundled and sold together. Note that each one of these products can also be sold separately. Product bundling is offered in Business by Design via a feature called as kits. Kits are defined as a logical group of items that can be sold together as one single unit. In SAP Business by Design, kits are supported in all of the following business processes: order to cash, procure to pay, third-party order processing, third-party logistics, the order to cash part of that, and the third-party logistics purchase, that is the procure to pay part of that. Also in the scenario known as over-the-counter sales. The process flow for each of these above processes always remains the same, the only difference being that kits are used in these processes apart from some normal products. Note that the kits can be used in sales as well as purchase processes and are available only for materials and not for services. In order to use kits in the relevant business processes, it is necessary to set it up correctly. At this stage, let me also introduce you to some common terms which we use in Business by Design while explaining kits. A kit header. Once you decide to bundle together products as one specific cohesive unit, you need a name and an identification for this bundle. Kit header is this identifying product which represents the bundling of all the products together. Kit header does not have any physical existence. It is just a logical and semantic grouping of products. Kit components. These are the actual physical components of the kit. So, to draw a parallel from the previous example, the laptop kit would be the kit header, while the actual materials, the laptop, the mouse, and the bag, these are the kit components. For the setup, you would first create a new kit header material. The creation of the header differs a bit from the usual material. As I have explained earlier, a kit does not have a physical existence and hence the kit header is not a countable material in the inventory. The sum of the attributes available for the usual materials are not available for the kit header. We shall also take a look at it during our demo. After creation of the kit header, you will need to create the kit list. Kit list is where you would bring the kit header and the kit components together to denote that these are now a complete bundle. The kit list would also hold information as to how many each material make of one kit header. As shown in the example, you could have a laptop kit containing 2 mouse pieces instead of 1. After setting up the kit list, you need to activate it to be able to use it in any of the processes. Also note that the kit selling and purchase price is always maintained at the kit header level, and the sales and purchase price list must also be maintained for the kit header. Having set up a kit, let's take a look at a typical order to cash process with the sales kits. It's not sales anymore, it includes purchasing as well, and hence it is only kits. Kits are added like any other usual product in the sales order. Note that you would need to enter the kit header. As soon as you enter this, it would get automatically exploded into its components, and these will also be shown in the sales order. The availability to promise feature is also available for the kits, and the availability status is shown at the kit header level. Even though this is shown at the header level, the ATP is based on the availability of the components only. Further processing after the sales order follows the usual steps of outbound delivery processing. It is initiated via the customer demand and then the outbound delivery proposal. After the completion of outbound delivery, customer invoicing is initiated, finally leading to the financial settlement. Note that since this inventory is available only at the component level, confirmations in the outbound delivery happen only at the component level, though it is aggregated and shown at the header level in the delivery document. The system at all times ensures that the integrity of the kit is maintained. What this means is that you would not be able to deliver or receive a non-integral kit, that is a 0.5 each or a 1.5 each quantity of a kit is not possible. However, it's possible to deliver or receive partial kits. That is, out of the total requested 10 quantity of a kit, you could deliver or receive 4 kits. That's possible. Let's quickly move on to the system demo. Yeah. So here I would first like you to show you the kit header. This particular product is set up as a kit header, and if you see, it has only a few tabs available: the purchasing, sales, valuation and taxes. There are no logistics or planning or ATP related tabs available for this particular product, signifying that there is no physical existence of the product in our inventory. If you want the kit to be purchasable, it has to be activated here, and if you want it to be sales relevant, then it has to be activated here. Now let's take a quick look at the kit item list for this particular kit. Kit item list can be found in the product data work center as well as in the product and service portfolio work center. Let's take a look at the kit item list. Okay, so for this particular kit, we see that there are 3 components, and each of them have two of them have 1 eaches, whereas one of them has 1 pallet for this particular kit. Let's also open it. Yes. What I also wanted to show you were these distribution percentages. You can take a look at our detailed documentation on this, but it is important to note that these are very relevant and in fact mandatory in case you want to purchase a kit. These will signify how you will distribute the cost percentages amongst each of these 3 components. It's only relevant for purchasing, and hence it's only mandatory if a kit header is made available or activated for purchasing. Let's use this kit quickly in a sales and a purchase scenario and see how the system behaves. Let's start with a sales. Okay, I'll create a new sales order with the kit. Added an account there. Let's add the item. Like I said earlier, I would only be entering the kit header, and let's see what the system does. As soon as I enter the kit header, you see all the components are also listed here. If I change the quantity at the header, the quantity at the components also change. Note that you cannot change the quantities independently in any of these components. The price is also available at the header level. Let's submit this. The ATP was green, but we will still make a pit stop in our outbound logistics control and see how it looks in the customer demand. Let's look at the orders created today, and you see here, let me filter it for, alright, or it's here. Okay, if you see here, it is also showing you the ATP at the level of the components. This is the status which is aggregated back to the header. If any one of these components was unavailable, the kit header itself would also show an unavailable status. If one of these components were to be delayed, then the kit header would also show up as delayed at the ATP side. Now, since all the components are available, let's quickly release it. And that's it. Once it's released, we go to our outbound logistics. Look at the proposals that we created today. Yes, one of them should be, this is not the one, okay, this is the one, and we found it. If you see here, the rejection is also possible only at the header level and not at the item level. We don't want to reject it yet, we just want to do a goods issue, so let's go ahead, do a goods issue. Like I had mentioned, if you see now, the header is nowhere to be seen, it's only the components. Only the components can be delivered. If you were to change the quantity of any of these components, then an error message will throw up. And let me try to save it now. You see, it says that it's not possible to do the delivery. I will have to do it again and in a consistent manner in order to make sure that the outbound delivery is also created consistently. So now let me just create the kit consistently without any mischief and then just release it. Okay, and now once I release it, it should be available for me for invoicing. So the outbound delivery is done, and if I now quickly take a look in the customer invoicing work center, let's see the invoices for today. It's taking some time, I believe, for the request to come in. Yes, this is the one, and then we can go ahead with the invoice. If you see in the invoice, yeah, the price will be available only at the header level. I'll quickly do a release of the invoice. And since we have some time, I also want to show you the purchasing of a kit. Let's create a new purchase order quickly for the same kit that we used here. I will simply do it via the supplier Omego and now add the kit header here. It's the same behavior as the sales order. As soon as I enter the kit header, you see I find the components here. I will say I want to ship it to. Okay, and then as soon as I enter the quantity and I enter the gross price, okay, you see that now the price has been distributed across in all the components, and this is what helps with the with the cost distribution percentages that we maintained in the kit item list. Let's now quickly release this order and do an inbound delivery for it. The behavior of the inbound delivery would be similar to the outbound delivery. The header will not show up. Sorry, I have to go to the inbound delivery work center. Here, let's take a look at the open purchase orders. This is the one that I wanted to take in, and let's finish the inbound processing for it. Like I said, again the header is missing, but the components are available. We give an ID and number, and then we are done. After this, you can carry out with the supplier invoicing process as we did with the customer invoicing process. That brings us to the end of the demo for this particular part on kits. Let's move back to the presentation and the next section. The next section that we have is on serial numbers. Serial numbers are unique identifiers that you can assign to a single item of a tangible product. They are used to differentiate the item from the other items of the same product. For example, your cell phones each would carry a serial number to identify each and every phone uniquely. Serial numbers in Business by Design are represented by registered products. These are integrated into subsequent service scenarios, for example, warranty handling. As of now, the feature of serial numbers, though available, is loosely coupled across the scenarios. In the future releases, we hope to change this with a tight coupling and integration provided for serial numbers across all the supply chain processes. Serial numbers will be supported across all major areas or scenarios like inbound logistics, outbound logistics, internal logistics, production, inventory management, as well as analytical reports. Some of the key benefits of serial numbers are listed here. We want to be able to have validations in the systems across logistics operations. Traceability and tracking of serial number is another feature that we want to bring into the system. There has to be a possibility to identify the serial number up to a bin level in the inventory. There will be a provision to transfer the serial numbers between bins. There will be a provision to capture serial numbers in production processes. There will also be a provision to identify serial number parent-child relationship. The linkage between batch and serial numbers in a particular batch will also be provided. Further details can be found in the release notes of the future releases. So watch out for these and look out for serial numbers. Let's now take a quick look at the summary of what we looked at in this particular section. We had an overview of kits in SAP Business by Design. We saw how to set up, configure, and use the kits in the system. And we had a quick overview of the upcoming feature of serial number management. With that, we come to the end of week 4. I hope you enjoyed this week as much as we enjoyed putting it together for you. Thank you for all your attention and all the best for the next weeks of your training. Goodbye.